Yesterday, Republican voters braved sub-zero temperatures to cast their votes in the Iowa caucus, which can give a preview of which candidate the party is leaning towards making the nominee you-know-who. He dominated with 51% of the vote. Ron DeSantis came in with 21% of the vote, narrowly beating Nikki Haley, who garnered 19% of the vote. And here's what they all had to say about it. Take a look.
I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together. We want to come together. I want to congratulate Ron and Nikki for having a good time together. We're all having a good time together.
Because of your support, in spite of all of that they threw at us, everyone against us, we've got our ticket punched out of Iowa.
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race.
Yeah, between Trump and Biden. That's what it looked like to me.
I don't know what she was referring to. I'm hoping for insight from the table, because I didn't know what she was talking about. But, yeah.
Honestly, it's disappointing as a non-Trump supporter to see that.
Iowan.
Well, let me offer some color to this, though, to clarify this. It's disappointing to see that come out of Iowa, but let me add a little perspective and context that's very important. Only 5% of the population of the state caucuses. So when you see Iowa swept, or Trump swept Iowa. No, he did not. He swept 5% of the population. Only 13% of registered Republicans in the state of Iowa, 13% of the party showed up for that. And only 3 times in the past 8 Republican caucuses have they even predicted the candidate. So although I am a proud Iowan and we love our caucus time because it makes you feel seen in a country where Iowa, we admittedly lead simple lives. Like nobody's checking on us. We're fine. We love the caucuses. We didn't earn it. We just get it historically. It's important to know those numbers when you're reading headlines because the headlines don't give you context. These are small numbers, and it's very important to remember that.
So what did you say, 5%?
5% of the entire voting population in the state showed up.
But this is what the 5% voted for. They voted for a guy who today had to come to New York to show up in court in a case against a woman that a federal judge has already said he raped. That is who you voted for.
Yeah.
You voted for someone who has lost so many times now that this applies to him. Let's see what else. You voted for a guy who said, come, risk your lives for the Grand Wizard. Come in the snow and the sleet, because I am more important than your life.
Then Donald Trump finally won for the Republican as a candidate that was stood for the presidential election as it's coming up. He won 51%. Ron DeSantis came 21%, which the gap was very wide. And Nikki Haley came out 19%. You could see the women in the view and they could give their different opinion about all this. They came out and said that they have different opinion. Although they were not very happy because they are not in support why President Donald Trump is going to win. They don't really want him to be the next president. For him to even win, they talk about Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis could have stood at one person because they were divided. Usually if they are divided like that, 40% come out from them. And they were not very happy. In order for them to stand strong, they could have come together and stand as one, like choose either DeSantis or Nikki Haley to stand as that guy. But you know, everyone wants to be in their own space. They went ahead and give another opinion that President Biden, like the Republican, they should not just be focusing on the borders. They talk about President Biden really have to get off from what he's doing. He should focus more like on the country, what is happening in the country in particular. Joy Behar talk about this policy about 15% of the the Republican governors have signed that is going to make some percentage of the millions of children to go hunger. They signed against that. and they are not very happy about that. They give all the disadvantage of the Republican. Whoopi come and talk about that. President Donald Trump have been accused of assault about a woman, and he will be going to be trial. That 30% of the population said if they convict him for that trial, if he is found guilty, they are not going to vote for him, which 30% is a lot. So they are praying and wishing that the trial, they come out before that election is coming up. They are hoping that President Donald Trump will be convicted for the crime of the assault that they are talking about with the lady. If he's being convicted for that, then obviously they have an upper hand that they are going to he cannot stand. He's going to be won during this presidential election. They talk about that Biden need to do better. The Democrat need to do better in order not to allow President Donald Trump to win, because obviously they say it's being already seen that he might likely win from what is happening. That if the Democrat continue what they are doing, not really emphasizing on what is happening in America in particular, rather than focusing just on the border. They went ahead, everybody have their own opinion, and 5% of the population of Iowa voted for him. They were talking that where were the other people? Obviously, because of the weather, many people did not come out. Apart from that, many people are not happy that he's being chosen. That's what they claim as according to the women in the view. That it looks somehow, some of them said it doesn't really look real, because maybe there was a cheat somewhere, somehow. Everybody come out with their own opinion, and all in all, they are not very contented that President Trump is going to be the next president. Obviously, what do you think? Do you think that President Donald Trump is going to win for the next coming election if the Democrats don't do nothing to rise up as they have been advised? Do you also think that if DeSantis and Nikki Haley could have come together, they could have formed a strong coalition that could have been able to win against President Donald Trump? What do you really think? What can I see your own? Or do you think that President Biden is going to make a more better president than President Donald Trump? Let me see your own opinion on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help and subscribe, and help share the video, and also like the video. God bless you.